Hi, this is Whitney, and I'm seeing a lot of motions to amend custody come my way. Lots of questions about how do we amend a custody order. A custody order, once in place, can only be modified if there is what's called a material change in circumstances. And a material change doesn't mean something small happens. It doesn't mean you might have a few issues with the other parent. It means something significant has happened that materially affects why the prior order should not be in place. Now, from the date the prior order is entered until the date you file the motion. So, for example, let's say the court order is dated January 1 of 2020. Well, you have to prove a material change has occurred since January 1 of 2020 to whenever you file your motion. And sometimes that can be a big time period or a small. And I will tell you, the smaller the time period, the bigger the change, the bigger the necessity to change the order must be. It's a bit more of an uphill fight the shorter time you have in between orders. It's not insurmountable, it's not impossible, and many things can happen which could warrant a change in custody. But I just like to put that out there for you to think about. Material change in circumstances is important. You have to prove it. Each judge is different. Everybody sort of has a different viewpoint on what they're looking at and maybe what that threshold is for them. But in order to change the custody order, you have to prove that. Now, once you prove that, it becomes a question of what's in your child's best interest. And there's a litany of factors that we consider: their emotional, physical well-being, their mental well-being, the parent's ability to co-parent. That's always a big one. What is your ability to support a relationship with the other side of the family? Courts want to know that if you get custody, that you're not just going to cut off the other side. What are you going to do if you get custody? How do the parents talk? How do you interact with your child? How have you been involved, and how will you continue to be involved in this child's life? All of those are factors that the court will consider once you prove a material change in circumstance. Sometimes this can be tricky, knowing whether it's enough or not enough to file. Sometimes you think you have enough and you put everything in front of the court and they just don't see it the same way. So you have to understand that there is no black and white rule as far as what's going to be deemed material. However, I'm happy to look at anything you have. As far as in a consult, and tell you my honest opinion. Either it's enough or maybe you need to wait a little bit and see what else happens. If you have any questions, I know there's lots of custody orders floating out here in Southwest Virginia, but if you have any questions about your order and if it needs to be changed, should be changed, or can be changed, please feel free to reach out to me. The number at the office is 276-477-1422, and we look forward to seeing you soon.